my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he comes back with one complete.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone. This time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 24 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on second down. Goff gets this one to Juszczyk. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there for Arizona. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Goff. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? Third and goal.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
That's got to be a long day. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check. Lock in. Push it back.
Now Trubisky to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Devin White, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he's got his target. That's more. A first down and then some. 36 yards. These two teams all tied after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
But depending on the team, they'd call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that 2nd attempt.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. We don't want him. Pick up the ball. Mike's 5'9". You got nothing today.
Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Let's see what they draw up here. Third and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Mike, check. 59.
Trubisky will throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Uchenna Nwosu picks up his second sack of the afternoon. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Mike 54. I got one.
Third and 2. Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Robert Kimdichie. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Here's Moore on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here, first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike 59. Mike. Alert. I'm coming to you. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check. You.
Throwing on second down, Trubisky. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll toss it to Fournette. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Elliott puts this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down the defense.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previous.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Robert Kimdichie able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
The kick by Elliott is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
It's our time.
From the gun, here's Goff. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Now you won.
They are going for it. Goff steps away to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real
pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. O'Shane Ximines able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now Trubisky. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mike, check, 59. Give me that ball, defense. Hey, box truck. Give me that ball, defense. Mike's 59. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Check 59.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Watch twist.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Chubb, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Chubb. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Goff now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, You don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? They're going to go for it. It's gone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
180! Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 4 yards out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line.
When I was playing, all our defensive coaches talked about when you're near your own goal line and you're trying to stop them from getting in, your heart gets tested. What a nice play on the last down.
A lot of heart on 2nd. Do they have the heart on 3rd? They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
2 for 1. Tight down. There you go.
On 1st down, it's gone. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Goff. That's complete to Slayton. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
3 bucks.
Play action. It's gone. And he's got him. Got his... these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's Goff. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Goff. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17. Goff now, he's hit on just 5 of 15 throws, a poor percentage, but it's 1st and 10. Now Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Again, Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. And now it's 2nd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the
rush coming, and he's taken down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Goff now to throw. That's caught by Hollister. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got a
blitz coming, and down he goes. Robert Kindici, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
2 for 1, 2 for 1. 5. 54. Mike 54.
Now Goff. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Mike, check, 59. Smooth. Come off the ball.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards. Defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now it's Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. A throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yes.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Robert Kimdichie able to record his 5th sack of the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Check. Watch it before. Come on, boy.
Goff. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Off play action. Here's Goff. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Bud Dupree in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? This to Jarwin. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, I 7. Mike, 59. Mike. Alert. I got you, son. Check it out.
Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Vikings, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.